Good morning, guys, and welcome to our broadcast. Good to have all of you on the live. You know how we see it on the live. The comments are coming in with 3 seconds on. Penelope Grant, we see you there, Penelope. Thanks for holding for us. Beatrice Selby, always the first on the live, the early bird. Beatrice is the folks who come off the bed in the morning, hit the ground running. They're not coming off. Buzz, bouncing her feet and she gone running. Klangran Sertima, good to have you here as well. And Debbie Apple is with us too. And the folks, you all know what they say. An apple a day. Yeah. An apple a day. A Debbie a day. Debbie Apple here with us. Good to have you here, Debbie. And of course, all you other beautiful souls out there. We're the only ones you got worried about. And controversially, we cantankerous. We cantankerous. We waiting for you all to tell us. Always in somebody's business to keep you all in the know. Not like we just like mind your business. Deborah, Vesta, let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Oh my God, just had a mini heart attack there. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Please. I'm hearing doors opening, hearing doors closing. Oh, a lot of doors open for you guys. Beatrice says it's freezing. Beatrice is in, she's up north. Beatrice is up north, and she says it's freezing. I'm a little shining this morning. Nobody in here to powder my nose. Brenda Moore, thank you so much. Brenda says loud and clear. You can't get good help these days. Good to have you folks on the live. On the live. Now we say it. We be on the live. What's happening at your end? Good people. What's happening at your end? What's happening besides it being cold? Luann Hall, June Chase, good to see you, June, and Deborah Pearson. Daphne Joseph Lee. Daphne says it's freezing in New York. Ingrid Ambrose is here. Carlisle Madu. Good to have you. Travosa Williams. How are you doing, Travosa? Great to have all of you on the live this morning. Great to have you. Naomi is 13. I think it's Chestnut or something like that. Number 13. You see, don't ask questions if you don't want the answer. I think it's between 12 and 13, somewhere there. HD something. 12 and 13. Don't ask people questions if you don't want the answer. Don't do it. Please and thank you. Naomi wants to know what number powder. You see that? What number powder? It's 13. Between 12 and 13. HD something, man. Jilly G. Chinsing. Roxanne. Shawnat Sichuran. Mohan. Shawnat says it's sunny in Berbice. Sunny in Berbice. All right. Sending you some of that warmth. Berbice sunshine. Daphne says I'm gonna get number 13 for you. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you. Juliet Handy. How are you doing, Juliet? Good to have you on the live this morning. Mario Bella on the live as well says watching us from New Amsterdam. Beautiful New Amsterdam. Grace Noel, Mark Anthony. Good to have all of you on this morning. Grace and Mark, Travaza. Erwin Dawn is here. Erwin, you're local or you're foreign? You in GT or you in Jersey? Let us know. Jilly G wants to know how you all doing in this hard guava season. Yep. Hard guava season. That's what it is. It's hard guava season. This is what it is. But we're happy to have you folks here with us. Get into a couple of things this morning. With you guys. Good to have all of you here. The night is far spent, folks. Good morning to each and every one of you. You know, we're privileged. Even when you come on, it's 1, 2 of you. 1, 2 emojis. You know how? Yeah. 1, 2 shares. You know, the day we come on, we're getting 1 and 2 shares. We can just reconsider the whole thing. You know? Reconsider the whole thing. Our Window says she local for now. Good. Local for now. Good to have all of you on with us. Folks, I touched base with Gloria. Yesterday, I think it was. Gloria and her husband. You know. When I collect my things, who vex? When I collect my little things. Angela Jordan, good morning to you as well. Thanks, Angela. Angela got me some ties a couple weeks ago. And then some relatives of hers heard about that and they get vexed now. They come protect Angela little blessings now. You see that? Now I gotta pray for them too in the mornings. I gotta pray for them too. But I'm so thankful for Gloria. Went up to see Gloria yesterday. All right. Gloria tell me everybody's story in Diamond, which I shall not repeat. Everybody in Diamond, no Kwame business. I know where Irfan Sweet Lady living. Everybody business. But what was the cherry on the cake? Literal cake. The cherry on the cake was the cake. Gloria bakes a lovely black cake. When I'm coming up north, I can bring some for y'all. We gotta do another meetup in Texas. Texas meetup. Pim. Lynn Finance, good to have you back on the live. Hope you are settled. Lynn's supposed to be back in the diaspora as of last evening. I know everybody business. Thanks to Gloria. Gloria made a powerful black cake. And listen how I know Gloria loved me. Gloria didn't just pack black cake, you know. Gloria packed Shandy. Right? And it's not just because she packed Shandy that made me know how much she loved me. Shandy's scarce locally. I was at a supermarket talking to one of the managers recently. They said, Shandy ain't coming. If they ordered 30 cases of Shandy, they were getting 5. So when Gloria packed 4 or 5 cases of Shandy for me, I said, well, look, story here now. Right? It's me, Gloria, your husband, and Tal in this marriage now. It's all of us in this story now. Right? It's all of us in this marriage now. So the black cake was so powerful, right? You know, like when you want something finished, you pinch it. That's why I pinch in this thing. You know? You remember back in the days when you buy the Chinese? Could the folks close this door here? I didn't want my business going outside. You know the walls got ears. So you know back in the days you buy it. You know back in the they try to distract me. I got Naomi in the studio here. Back in the days you buy the Chinese in the paper bag. And before you go home you take a spoon and you try to thief a piece of chicken somewhere. That was me in the black cake. Getting from point A to B. You know? And like the Shandy just pull out the flavor even more. But Gloria said she was distracted when she was baking the cake. She was multitasking. Right? She said, I never come like the last one. I never come like. See what we can do with it. But the cake tasted fantastic. The cake tasted fantastic. So clearly, Gloria don't know she own strength. Clearly, Gloria don't know she own strength. Right? You gotta call in your own bakery or something like that. Sending cake up north for Daphne and, warm them up in the cold. Cake got some nice rum in it all now. I can see Beatrice in bed laughing up at yourself there. 2 slices of cake, you just laughing and people don't even know why you smiling up. Just tell them, I'm feeling sweet. Feeling sweet. Right? Feeling sweet. So thanks, Gloria, for the prags. Thanks, Angela, Jordan, and Angela's family, making sure I got Thai and I got some, what's it? A Moscato. Oh, shucks. 5 point, y'all. I want y'all know me, they're bad. They got people who love me. They got people who love us and look out for us. Some Moscato. They got some Moscato now to follow the Shandy, to follow the black cake. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, Father. Now look, some cantankerous people. Now you want me say now, look. Right? Gloria take you 100,000, open a bakery and build generational wealth. Yeah. Build generational wealth. Go ahead. Lynn Finance says she's back in the cold. We're happy, Lynn, that you're back. Something but when you go back, right? You're in familiar territory. Something sweet about that. You're in your own bed. Right? Every small. Right? You just be hard to get out of it. I know some of y'all like that. I want to go home, man. I want to go home to Guyana, my own country. But I want to come with y'all there. See, man is by nature discontented. I want to come by y'all want to come here. But it's not like when you're back in your own bed. In your own bed. Happy you're back. Safe and sound. Yep. Let's start with some international affairs this morning. Let's start with some international relations this morning. I don't know where all the gully and the gossip people are, A short while ago, who is that gully is Gaza? I thought some of them be signing up right now to go and help defend Ida. There's one thing with us Caribbean people, we can latch on to trend quick. Latch on to trend quick. The people in the north drinking the Ozempic, y'all want to drink Ozempic too. People in the north taking off the clothes, you want to take off your clothes too. People in the north wearing the fur coat, the fur boots. You're in the tropics with your fur coat and your boots too. I didn't see Chanel Smith Daniels in the fur boots a piece of that. Some y'all know y'all live there though. Some of y'all know y'all. It wasn't 4 boots. Again wrong, Rohan the Santrum. You see the closing in on a ceasefire. A ceasefire and a hostage deal in Gaza, nearing agreement. And this was announced by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. I like Anthony. I like Secretary Blinken. He's like a no-drama Obama. He stays on the issues, uncontroversial. I like him. So he announced that there's been progress towards a ceasefire. I love this. Can't just killing people, people losing their life for nothing. for nothing over land. You look different than I am. Generations come and fighting each other. You know, that's of it is revenge and all of that. I wish in our lifetime we could solve this problem. In our lifetime, we can solve this. So Secretary of State Anthony Blinken announced progress towards the ceasefire and hostage release deal between Israel and Hamas, describing an agreement as imminent. That's what he said. Imminent agreement. Please and thank you. Mediators from the US, Qatar, and Egypt are focusing on the first phase of a 3-stage plan, which involves a 6-week truce and the release of 34 hostages and increased humanitarian aid to Gaza. That's part of what's happening, folks. I'm just happy we got some movement, you know. Blinken, while at it, my brother, I know it's going to be tough, but see if you could put a little attention on Ukraine and Russia too. Please. All right. See if you could put a little, attention there. You know, so much distraction in the comments this morning. So many. I just try my best here to hold a focus. You know, try my. You know how difficult it is. Try my best here. Right. Try my best here. Right. I'm seeing the term UGGS. Y'all have not. I lost. I'm trying to be in the show in the comments. And the show in the show. Right. Poet, sculptor, thinker, author Stanley Greaves had a poem, a line, a dream in a dream. Just trying to hold a focus. UGGS, you just spell it out for me, man. So this is what it means. Right. The engines are firing this morning. Y'all help me. we up since 4 round these part. Y'all help us. We're firing and everything. This relates to Blinken. I don't know. If Trump had any sense, he'd keep on what seemed like a professional Secretary of State. Right. I didn't hear, unlike Pompeo, he said Trump win and Trump will be having a second term. I didn't hear that. Right? I didn't hear that. You know, he just kept his eyes, and that's why he can eke out some measure of success now. Gaza and Gully. So who on the line this morning is Gaza? Who is Gully? Who is Gaza and who is Gully? So that's what's happening internationally. Blinken making some inroads there. Making some inroads. The Exim Bank chief is here. Right? The Exim Bank chief is here for 3 days, and she's going to be making the rounds. Where Anderson, Julie G, Thomasina Ben, see you on the live this morning. Right? Some of you, I got a lot of families here, a lot of nieces here. The president of the Exim Bank is going to be visiting us for a little bit, bringing some focus on this $527 million loan. You know, this gas energy project will be the largest in our nation's history, single project. It was to be this Skeleton Sugar Factory, but that didn't pan out too well. Rock and come in, Jack Dio. That didn't pan out too well for us. Right? You know, there's a brilliant column in today's Kaichun News. Peeping Tom. Brilliant column there. Spelling out really and truly what is the legacy of Jack Dow. So, Rita Joe Lewis as Retta, RETA, J.O. Lewis, Retta Joe Lewis, president of the Exim Bank. This is the Export-Import Bank of the U.S. Going to be visiting from today right up until the 12th. And she's going to be highlighting the recent approval of the $527 million financing for the gas to energy project, meeting some other people and so on. That's going to be happening. But because of that kind of money to even come here, and what about the hotel and that? But it's rock will come in later. So that's one of the other things going down, right? They're going to milk this now for all it's worth. They're going to, Shandy, you know they're going to milk this now for all it's worth, right? Like the Prex says, the gas energy project is going to be, let me capture this comment with it. It's going to be the most expensive, the most corrupt project in the history of Guyana. Let's tell flesh and blood and reveal that to you. Your spirit clean, let's tell you, tapping into something here now. Come to the front of the class. You know, left the people, the nieces and so on, left them at the back. Let's tell you, you come to the front of the class. Most expensive, most corrupt. You know, under the coalition, this thing was under $500 million. It's ballooning under the corruption regime. 3 times that. And fraught with delays. Fraught with delays. Let me enunciate probably. Fraught with delays. Right. Fraught with delays. Thomasina, Natasha, Lynette Gregory, Annette Gale, Beatrice. Welcome to our broadcast. So we're going to look to see what comes out of this. We're going to look to see what comes out of it. Right? We're going to look to see what... You know, one of the things you always say, they make a little investment to get it back and say, oh, how many jobs are going to be created? I saw overnight, I was reading something about a company in the gold sector here, the mining sector here. Oh, thousands of jobs. Thousands of jobs for Guyanese. That's to give you the okay. So yes, bring them. Bring them. And then when they come, it's something different. They bring half the labor force. Half the labor force. How this scam grant treating you all? Tommy Gibbs, Minty, Maria, Vera. You know, I was so ashamed. Lynn Fernandez came on this way. You know, I said we're going to show off now. Lynn couldn't even get your cash grant. They said people can, from overseas, you can get the grant, but you got to come home. Huh? Lynn came home with her family for Christmas. Couldn't even get, I so ashamed. I want to boast how transformational things are. Shall you get a grant yet, girl? Tommy, Minty, I know holding pattern. I know MPs collect, all of us sign up at the same time. MPs done collect the thing already. But y'all know the black sheep. Y'all know the black belly sheep in the family. Y'all know the black belly sheep. We still waiting. We still hoping. Nothing doing. I see you here, fun. Ashley, Jagby, I see y'all, man. I see y'all. For myself. So XM president coming. Rector Joan Lewis coming. I wish her a good stay. Wish her a good stay. You get some of the black water, the lava. I ain't talking about the oil. You get some of that black water, the other black water. You get some water and some lava. You know? You move the office this side. Move the whole office this side. Good to have all of you on the live this morning. You know, once you come in the 592. Morning, folks. No place like home for the holidays. I ready to go home now. You know, check my passport. Right? Lynn, I'm ready to come with you. Fed up with them, man. Fed up, fed up, fed up. Totally fed up. Fed up, man. Fed up. Budget! Budget reading on the 17th. Budget reading on the 17th. You remember how much was the last budget? Who with me? You remember how much was the last budget? You all remember? Help me somebody. You all remember how much was the last budget? 17 next week. One day next week. Right. Ashley gonna stand up for hours and tell us how good our lives are and how better it will be next Friday. Do I have it right? Let me make sure I'm in the right month. Yeah, next Friday. Next Friday, the 17th, budget reading. Next Friday. You all remember how much was the last budget? I'll give you a hint. It was in the trillions. Right? I'm going to give you that little hint. It was in the trillions. You remember that? How much was the last budget? 1 point. Trying some magic this morning. The wonders of technology. 1.246 trillion. I'll run the Daniels. Come to the front of the class. Let's tell rounding up. You know the rounding up thing is problems. Right? You know it's problems. 1 point. Try some magic now. 1.246 trillion. 1.246 trillion. See that? Magic. Coming off the board. 1.26 trillion. It's magic. You don't worry. 1.246 trillion. How much of that you get? How much of that is your alone? We trying some magic. How much of that was your own? The wonders of tech. The wonders of technology. How much of that was you own? How much your life improved since you got that? How much? I like the folks that say 1.3. Y'all are the direct folks. 1.3. Y'all don't worry about the in between. 1.3. How much of that was yours? How much of that was yours? How much? How much of that? yeah. And it's them boys thieving non-stop with ease. Them boys thieving non-stop. 1.3, 1.46 trillion. Plenty money. Plenty money. Next month, folks. Next week, rather. Next week, Friday. Budget. They said there are going to be significant allocations expected for the general and regional elections. Other key expenditures may include free university. I told you, say from a lot of students complaining that they got to pay. That university ain't free yet. Them boys say from January. I guess it's our fault. We didn't ask which January. January 23rd, 2035, 2040. Which January? I see a lot of folks took to social media and shame. A lot of folks took to social media and shame. Which January? Which? So let's expect allocations for general regional elections, right? Expected to cost, listen to this, 7 billion. They better get biometrics in there. They better get biometrics in there. Right? UG, cash grant in there. They gotta get the other half of the cash grant now. Right? How many of you hold your pink slip still? And then infrastructure. Infrastructure will take the cake. Infrastructure will take the cake. Leslie Hamilton says, I hope I get my 100,000 cash grant before election. That's what Leslie said. I hope I get my 100,000 cash grant before election. The infrastructure, they're looking at programs like the Burbage River Bridge. A Milo Falls, imagine that they're still trying the Milo Falls. So they're bringing back, what was the fella name? You remember the fella name? A Milo Falls fella. Flip phone Motilal. Flip Motilal. Bringing him back now, resurrecting him. Where has he been all this time? Where has he been all this time? So budget. David Papin, Gregory D'Souza, budget. You know, so probably we're looking at 2 trillion this go wrong. 2.5 trillion. Everything is billions now. Everything. I think a day or two ago, Sabbath News had a fantastic editorial on the sports hall. The Cliff Anderson Sports Hall. You know. They got some things that Ramson are putting out. Like how the AC they're putting in the sports hall ain't working properly. The men's toilets flooding. You ain't put out everything, Ramson. You see the photographs don't tell it all, you know. The photographs don't tell it all. The picture of the thing is not the thing itself. It's like, see me and come live with me. The picture of the thing is not the thing itself. So we're prepping for this. You have the reading of the budget on Friday the 17th. And then they usually take a week to give the opposition a chance to digest. And then you come back for the budget debates. That's 1 week. And then the next week is the interrogation of the estimates. You know, you quiz the minister, you quiz the different agencies on spending on this money. So look for that. And it's an election year budget, folks. It's an election year budget. So look for some shock and awe. Right? If them buy out everything before they got buy it out now. So look for them come promising you flying cars and a Tesla, a Cybertruck. They come promising you Starlink. Election year. Silly season. So watch for it. There's that coming up. 2.5 trillion we're looking at. 3. By spending like this. And then they're proud to say that, oh, the oil money only funding 30% of the budget. So the boring Wild West. So Marilyn, you're cheering on. Oh, some Exim bank somewhere. Jennifer Albert, the kids. got a loan on their head, got to pay back. They say only 30% of the budget being funded by oil. But I can't tell you which 30%. If it's the bridge over surface, the girl swinging from the Spanish girl swinging from the chandelier, they can't tell us. You know, if it's the Ozempic, what it is. If it's the house building for the side chick, which part of it? You know, funding the 30 billion or the 30 billion funding, which aspect? So we're watching that. And let's shoot a couple other things by you. A couple other things before we let you all go. Decrying. Or is it decrying? Same thing, same difference. Decrying. You see, we ain't got space to put the decrying. We ain't got space for that. Decrying. You know what crying about? You know what crying about? Delays in the election trial. The bogus fraud charges. He's decrying. He got so much of things he could decry. He got so much of things he could decry. Bogus, trumped up charges. Look, Trump tried something. A lot of his friends them get jail. He might pardon them. A lot of the allies got jail. Look what has become of Rudy. I don't forget the man's surname now. Former mayor of New York. You know, Rudy Small coming to mind. Same kind of personality. Giuliani. Look what Rudy Giuliani fall to. I used to respect Rudy Giuliani like 50 years ago. Look what this fella come to. All to be in proximity of power, some people could debase the self. Would debase the self. I saw Chase Green running around behind them boys the other day. I said, look at you. You should be like an elder now, mentoring young politicians because you at it a long time. But what you got for show? What you got for show? I saw them reporting on this outing they had. Chase Green and too. And I saw them reporting on the comments that the PPP councillors made. Not one comment from her. UNC, the whole 40 years. You gone over, so sell out your birthright. Gone over, so. And how better off you are. How better off? How better off? And y'all know when we go in next year, some of them going to want to come back. When we go in later this year, some of them going to want to come back. We can take them back. Mortimer, Kinsing. Should we take them back? Like I said, I vote for you. I was with them, but I vote for y'all. As I make y'all win. As I make y'all win. When we go in at the end of the year, as I make y'all win. Waveney, Marlon. Some of us might want to come back. You know? I miss my friend Pat. Huh? Pat and Roy. I miss them. I miss them. Agent crying. Because the whole thing got to start over now. And then getting to go into the election cycle with the kind of fodder that I wanted to. They say, oh, this one guilty, that one guilty, the other one guilty. Right? I think it is the current Chief Justice, acting Chief Justice, who said, you got to prove fraud in court. You got to prove it in court. You know all this rigging. They can't even make up their mind. It was attempted rigging. It was rigging. What it was, they can't even make up their mind on that. So now he crying, oh God, they're taking long. Oh, the Chief Justice them got to step in. Chancellor, y'all step in. Right? I know them ladies, yeah, fight your own damn battles, man. Don't tell me nothing. You only know we conveniently. Fight your own damn battles, man. Go out and do your politicking and left me alone. Right? Oh, we good for this, but we ain't good for that. Hey, AG, we good for this, but we ain't good for that. I need some more y'all to help me. You know? You all remember Anil Driver who died? Who was his relative? And one of the things that man know. Died mysteriously. You remember that? He brought a case. I don't forget it. Chanel, you remember the fella? What's the case known as? Let me see how sharp y'all sharp. I got start quizzing y'all some more. What was the name of the case? What was the name of the case? The driver was his family. Friends and family all the way. What was the name of the case, man? Huh? Sheila Boychild? Yolanda? Angela Ben? Because when they start talking about rigging and so on, you might got a neighbor over the fence who drifting you up and say, girl, you're talking nonsense. Listen to this. Let's spit facts at you. Let's spit some facts at you. Let me say she can't remember what she did yesterday. You can get a ginkgo by you gotta take your 100,000 and buy a ginkgo. Eh? What story now? Yeah, bring Pamela to the front of the class, man. Eh? Bring Pamela to the front of the class. Now we got to pay Pamela tuition. If you want to learn, you got to pay for people who can learn. Who got the capacity to make it. And then Pamela going to pull the rest of me out now. Y'all like Pamela comment on Facebook, man. Bring Pamela to the front of the class. Look, Marlon now. Right? Marlon rocking and coming now. Right? Marlon rocking and coming now. Marlon got it there. Right? Marlon for the win. This is the... Am I getting it right? Yeah. See that? We got to use the technology. We can't waste time. We got to use the technology. Friends, family, favorite. That's the name of it. Come to the, all we get is right. Come to the front of the class. Give me a star there. Come to the front of the class. Holadar. It's only the Holadar case. You have verses, who verses, and all that. Holadar case. Now the name of the Holadar. Friends, family, pussy family. The man died mysteriously, that's another story. That's a mysterious circumstances. That's another story by itself. Pim. Pim. That's another story all by itself. But the crux of the matter here, this is where I want to get to. When we start talking about rigging, he crying, oh, the rigging, he crying out. He crying out. Oh, this case taking long, oh. Chief Justice, help you out here. Chief Justice will help me too now. Chancellor, oh. What's happening here, Chancellor? One magistrate can't stick along. This girl pregnant or what? Huh? Nobody can pregnant for 2 years, man. Come on. You sure? Y'all get some people over there. You know, they're blowing up a little while now. Nobody can think so long. Holiday. That was the name of it. But I wanna come back to it. Come back to it. Holiday. That's what the thing is known as. The holiday. In this case, Anil was saying that Mingo rigged. And the Chief Justice kept telling him, Anil, the name calling, telling him, this thing is a petition. He said, no, I got the evidence. Right? I got the evidence. I think it was iNews or someone reported this thing extensively. This aspect of it. Several times, she said she met with him and asked him, we still going forward with this matter? This litigation? He said, yes. Sung. Show me the evidence. The day the matter was to be decided, right? The day he withdrew the case, the day the Chief Justice was handing down to judgment in the matter, he withdrew the case. But now they're coming for saying they got truckload the evidence to show rigging. Attempted rigging. They use it interchange. One day the thing was rigged, next day is attempted rigging. The US done try people who in jail for 30, 40, 50 years for subverting the will of the people, attempting to subvert it. Guyana, the trial starting over. And Anil crying. Oh, there's a lot of things Anil could cry about though. A lot of things he could cry about. You know. As we wrap up, I can turn attention to a couple. All this is today's news, you know. We're not inventing this like how they're inventing fraud charges, how they're inventing issues. 4 years later, under their government, we say, I'm to delay the cases now. I'm to buy the whole judiciary with what? Buy out with what? You are controlling all your money, all the businessmen, private sector, everybody. So what's happening here, Anil? What's happening here? Oh, let's decrying and decrying. They got a couple of things he could decry. He says a tragedy. Tragedy? Look what's tragedy. Thomas Lands. That road that runs parallel to Carifest Avenue. Every time I go around the park, I see that road. Every time you come around, you see that road. Man. It takes me back. This latest iteration of a rehabilitation, going on about a year now. And before that, that road was rehabilitated no less than 3 times. 3 different contractors. Well, the other roads in Guyana got a 2 weeks lifespan. A 2-week guarantee. And that has been the fate. Look things you can decry, Anil. Look things that are a real tragedy. In 5 years, that road fixed for 10 times. In 5 years. And now they're telling us in this morning's papers, in the press this morning, that this iteration of the rehabilitation is now in phase 2. Right? Or rather, phase 1, let me quote them correctly. Phase 1 is nearing completion. in this election year. Since them boys came in, they're working on that road. Right. Was a big hole, sir. Right. Y'all know Bishop never see a hole he didn't like. He run. Sometimes I think he breaking up the road. He created the hole just to... Sometimes I think it's a conspiracy. That single road, Patricia Wren, Lester Williams, Jacqueline Johnson, has had the most attention in this country. If you give your spouse so much attention, you got space to get side chick. In Amelia's ward, you got space to left your gun all over the place. 5 years now. This road probably get infrastructure HIV from hand to hand. Man to man, this road there. Man to man, and the hole just getting bigger. The hole starts out small like this. Y'all know we've kept y'all apprised. So while AG decrying fraud, look fraud on Thomas Land Road there. Rena Williams, right. Look fraud on Thomas Land Road there. Now holes started out small. From hand to hand now, hole getting bigger. Mark, the hole getting bigger. I thought he said them boys could fix things. They got a hospital for roads. Huh? They got a sheriff road hospital. Huh? You know, we 1 year away from declaring this whole country the Cooperative Republic of Sheriff. The Cooperative Republic of Sheriff. We're like 3 months away. Sergio went. He playing with the hole. Right? And since then, it's hand to hand. Hole just getting bigger. Hole just getting bigger. I think it's Starbuck News said the thing's a disaster now. That's the point we had. Unmitigated disaster. They said nearing completion. Look what's the tragedy. So the Irfan, right? Some people because of when the school is infant. Infant Ali, he was in fouls. So he says, foulist. I ain't want to offend nobody. Foulist. Right? Whichever one appeals, you take it. And a citizen wrote in the press today. You want to see tragedy? Citizen says, I'm surprised the president don't understand the law concerning the use of a reserve. During a recent visit to Fowles, Irfan Ali was approached by a resident who had cleared a dam of bush and begun planting greens. While the president acknowledged the initiative, he did not address the legality of using government property without permission. Right? That's like the man in the 530. You all remember that? The man said, I bid in from several companies for the same project. I said, wow, you're a bad man. You're a bad man. Then he moved on. The resident was taken aback and probably taken to the back as well, because that's what happened when you got a dissenting voice in this country. You're taken to the back. So the president acknowledged the man was planting. And then you see in another place, like I said, squatting is wrong, you know. So the citizen was taken aback by that. That the president didn't seem to understand rules and regulations concerning the use of the reserve. You know, didn't seem to understand that. And you'll always see this kind of disparity. Land use policy absent in this government. Soon as it came in, there's a place in Region 3. What dam you call that? There's a reservoir there. And people living right on the reserve. People started squatting on the reserve. Hear how this government rebuked them. They give them light and water. And then you're gone in success. You're gone in other places. Cane View, Sarah Joanna, Amelia's Ward, and you said different things. Different strokes for different folks. So this resident was taken aback, saying to avoid conflicts, the government should clearly outline its policies and redirect entrepreneurial residents to legal agricultural opportunities. Let's do things right. Let's do things right. Let's do things right. And that's something you see not adhered to by this administration. People do a lot of foolishness. Lots of foolishness. No regard for laws and rules and regulations, systems. They don't like that. Swall, as the Antiguans would say. They don't like it. So the AG said, it's a tragedy that these cases aren't being tried fast enough so that we can have political fodder. You know, it's a tragedy. $24 million was awarded to Quindon Bacchus' family for his unlawful death. Them boys appealing that. Right here we could end the program. And you get him on his word. Folks, I want you to understand it. Kwesi, Get Ready Souza, Sheila Boyd Child. The state accepted culpability. The state accepted that its agents acted ultra virus. But it says too much money for Quindon Bacchus' family. He's setting a bad precedent. And Ellen said that's a tragedy, you know. He said these cases, they didn't try fast enough. So they could point and say, Duncan Rig, Mingo, Bingo. How many cases? You may have a case right now, languishing in the system. Right? But that's a political value for them, so they want that, they're making all nice about that. Some of you might be waiting right now. 10, 15 years, you matter winding through. There's not tragedy. Initially, they told us Quindon Bacchus was going to sell a gun to somebody. Police were undercover. And then while he was about to be arrested, he fled, opened fire on police Oret, Waveney, Karen. Evidence revealed the gun Quinton Bacchus had wasn't working and wasn't fired. It was not working, it was not fired. That's number one. Number two, he was shot twice in his chest and about 5 or 6 times to the back, which was consistent with him fleeing. All right? Or I shouldn't say fleeing, going in a different direction from where the shots were being fired from. Let me be careful. And residents who saw what transpired said when Quinton Bacchus was shot in his back, police stood over him and fired again. 5, 6 times in his back. The gun wasn't working and the gun wasn't fired. This gun that the police claimed that was the gun he was going to sell. The other thing was too, if I remember the facts of the case properly, that undercover operation and whatever it was never sanctioned. Police can't tell you who sanctioned this operation in Golden Grove. Right? Was it Golden Grove? I know he lives on the East Coast and the incident happened on the East Coast too. The murder happened on the East Coast too. Just like how they can't tell us who sanctioned the operation at our in Boston House. Till this day, no stone unturned alley. But the AG does not say those issues are a tragedy. And then you got this gentleman. You know, I don't really want to be hard on him because I understand how you can be young and brash. Who wrote this letter the other day saying, what was the headline? Somebody, whatever his name is, blast Nigel Hughes and the 1,400 African Guyanese allegedly killed. Nigel got no evidence. You could put Aaron Boston name there, they will say no evidence. You could put Quinton Bacchus, they will say no evidence. They seem to be half of this country blind. How do we account for Quinton Bacchus? The state says they were wrong. Their agents, they accepted liability, culpability. But I said 24 million is too much. How much is a life? Quinton Bacchus was a father. He was somebody's son and brother. Paramour, perhaps. Huh? How much your life worth, Ernest? Marlene, Deborah, Gregory, Sheila Boychild, Gail Alico. How much your life worth? But he didn't want 24 million. So they're appealing that. But the AG says the fraud case is not being tried in an efficient manner, according to he. It's a tragedy. These things don't make big head press conference, the corner shop show. You don't hear about them. These things make any end of year press conference. First time I see Sam Hines, same thing, same difference. First time I see Phillips give a press conference was recently. End of year press conference. I see he can talk for 10 hours, just over an hour. And he didn't even do all the talking. Just over an hour. These ministers don't give. You got Jagger, he's the fountain of everything. He is the fountain of everything. And here is Kaichu News in this column this morning calling him out. And they're right. Jagdio's policies were a disaster. and walked you through. But that's not tragedy for Anil. That is not a tragedy. Kaitra News in this column walked you through housing policy on the Jackview. Different policies on the Jackview and show how they were an abysmal failure. Because while they got for photo ops and talking points, the core of it, the lives of people not being improved. The lives of people not being improved. And look, Naomi pointed out something. At the Robert Stamp press conference, he telling people, ask Jack during he press conference. But the cost of this or the cost of that. Ask Jack Dio. But these things are not a tragedy for the AG. No. Cases involving their political opponents not being prosecuted harshly, that's the tragedy. That is the tragedy. How many billions went into Gaisuko? How many billions? Not a citizen writing in the press this morning saying that you need to, a part of profitability lies in adopting a differentiated product strategy, leveraging extensive land holdings and producing branded high-value products, improving field-to-factory transport, cutting costs, are all crucial for efficiency. But that the corporation could diversify income streams by promoting private sector cane farming and using excess land for other agricultural ventures. 5 years in, billions of dollars poured into Gaisuko. And we didn't produce a pound of sugar yet. But after they didn't know what they were doing. When they're the right sizing. And what they have done to Gaisuko, now saying the outsourcing, harvesting, 5 years in, because of the labor shortage. So all them people that you all claim and allege have new fire and went back. And it's nice time in the industry because they people now running the industry, these czars. Gaisuko on the back foot. This is not tragedy for Anil. His political opponents not being prosecuted, that's what he got a problem with. That is what he got a problem with. You see, we've gone past our time. Excuse me, we've gone past our time a little bit. So let us leave it there for today. There are many things that can be described as tragedy. We only look around. In the very court system, as I said, many people got cases wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. Since before 2015. Since before 2015. Can't get justice. But your political opponents dragged before the court on bogus, trumped-up charges, not being prosecuted fast enough to your liking. What is Quindon's Bacchus' unlawful death to his family, to his friends, to his community, to his loved ones? His son will never feel the warmth of his father's arms again. Never look up in his father's face and see love. Never have his father's protection again. You get to go home to your child every night. You get to post your child on Facebook and fawn, rightfully so. Rightfully so. And a police force could unleash untold horrors on a child by taking the father away. And you lecture us about tragedy? Huh? You lecture us about tragedy? I remember listening to a message by T.D. Jakes, who was talking about how a father committed suicide. Right? And while the father had meant to take his own life, metaphorically, he had blown out his son's brain too, because his son's life was never the same after that. So that simple action had a ripple effect. I never forgot that metaphor. He meant to kill himself, but he killed his son too in the process. A father is an important part of this community. Steering that child. No, son. This way, that way. Come. You're coming nice. You're looking good. In positive things. And you all rip that from that child's life. That stability. Right. Now to make ends meet, you left to do all kinds of things. You could have a parent who could pull you back from so much. Don't go direction. Don't work for them people. No. I can take care of you. You go to UG. You go to wherever. Gold, soul. Don't go there. Come back. Don't walk with them people. Don't walk with them. Stay away from the company. Now without that guiding post, you could unleash untold horrors on a whole family, a whole generation. How many generations of fathers ain't coming back home? PPP. And this man says some case moving through the judiciary. And the pace he want them to move, that's a tragedy. What about Orrin Boston's family? That woman and her husband were in a bed lying down sleeping. Men woke them up in the bedroom. In Shandy in Boston. They never found anything illegal. They didn't find a seed of ganja that they could say was illegal. Till this day, we don't know who sanctioned that operation. Men left Georgetown to go after Orrin Boston. And the man who was in charge of the force, he is appointed now substantive commissioner of police. Right? But we're pointing fingers at the acting chancellor and acting chief justice and said, we want something that the region could be proud of. And we can't talk about the tragedy that we have unleashed on the Boston family. That lady, up until that point, was in her husband's home. You don't know the horrors you can unleash in a family. You take the husband. I don't know. I'm not saying these things happen in that family. Suddenly you can see people that light from saying, say, well, this is family. I will say no. Right? Oringa, you got to make your heights now. I'm not saying that happened, but I'm just telling you the untold horrors. And a life that had security and safety, suddenly you flung to the five corners of the wind. This man said a couple cases. That's tragic. How they can see God? Oh. You gotta go home and you could dream dreams for your kids. You dream dreams for your kids. How you want them to grow up, the schools you want them to go to, how you want them to develop and become better than you are. You know? My big son heard that he received the Holy Spirit recently. His mom sent me the video. He began speaking in tongues and She said he's taken to the Bible study, 16 years old, and he asks questions in Bible study and so on. Right now, he's getting good grades. And I was in a meeting the other night. With his school. He got a year and a half, and they're now streamlining them, which college they can go off into and so on. And I'm listening, and he says, this is what he wants to do, and this is where he wants to go, and so on. And I dream dreams for my son. Who looking out for Aaron Boston kids and his wife? Who looking out for Quinn and Bacchus family? And that young child now, horrors and tragedies could befall them. Y'all check away the people children, the people's son, the husband, the father. Couple cases, not going fast enough. All you wicked, man. All you wicked. Wicked. Then I said jumping up. Oh, transformational. Give us a break. That's going to do it for us today, selling folks. Yeah? That's what's going down in the 5 of the 9 of the 2. Let's leave it there. That's our time, good folks. We're going to see you guys in the next one. All right? So the Massive Cup says a lot to unpack this morning. Some mornings like that. Some mornings things thin, then some other mornings. Some other mornings is like that. Heavy. But that's our time, that's our program. Stay safe. We're going to see you guys back here on the next one. Stay safe. That's our time. Stay safe.